Should you play Sea of Thieves in 2024? Well, that's what we're going to find out in this video. So much has changed in the game recently, there might be some new content that you're unaware of. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. If you've had a break from the game and haven't played for a long while, you might actually be surprised of how much the game has really changed since you last played. Now, if you're like me and started to drift away from the game and eventually stop playing, then you might be surprised to find some new cool stuff that's now in the game. The first thing that I noticed was the changes in voyages and how you start them. So beforehand, you used to have to go to, for example, Gold Hoarders and then buy a certain amount of voyages, but you could only have a certain amount. Now, all you need to do is go to a ship and you can simply get them from your ship, which is amazing. And for those of you who do not like doing riddles, well, let me tell you, you no longer have to do them. You could just choose the treasure map ones. Now that's really cool if you think about it, and it gets even better. You can actually skip to the first island, as this is now an option in the game. But to be honest, you can only really utilize this option for the first island, because if you do it again, you will lose the treasure on your ship, or you can keep doing it until you start to get some good treasure. So it's a great way to utilize making money in Sea of Thieves. So another thing that took me by surprise was the different types of chests that you encounter. So no longer is there just a captain's chest or those seafarer's chests, but take a look at these baron chests, there's admiral chests, and there's so much more to discover. I won't spoil all the new ones in the game for you, I'll leave some as a mystery so you can find them yourselves. Now there is a lot more in Sea of Thieves that has changed, but these are the ones that stood out for me. Not to mention what's planned for Sea of Thieves' next update. So I do recommend you go and watch the announcement trailer. Let's just say the harpoons will be very vital in the next update. So what else has Sea of Thieves been up to in the background? Well, they have announced that the game will be expanded to the PlayStation player base, but what does this mean? Well, for one thing, it means more players will be joining the game and filling those servers. There's also going to be a whole load of new players that you will have never come across before. So how exciting is that? Different playstyles you're going to encounter. So let's think about this. They've made it possible with PlayStation. Does that mean they're going to look now to expand to Nintendo? So could you really imagine Sea of Thieves on a Switch? How cool would that be, right? Maybe you've had that one friend who's been on PlayStation and you could never really enjoy Sea of Thieves with because, well, they don't have an Xbox. Well, it's looking like they're going to need you to show them the ropes. But why does this benefit the game? Well, with a whole new player base, they certainly won't slow down and add an extra content into the game. This is definitely going to extend the life of Sea of Thieves. Why choose Sea of Thieves over all the other pirate games that are out there? Well, that's the thing. There really isn't one, is there, to be honest? Well, one that's made it, right? Let's just think about what happened to Blazing Sails. What happened to that game? So, what can you take from this? Well, for me, it's to show that nothing lasts forever, which means that, to be fair, one day Sea of Thieves may be the game that nobody plays anymore. Only time can tell. But maybe you should not miss the opportunity to have some memories in this game, because you can have a whole lot of fun in this game. Not to mention SAF Seas is now an option, which is great for those who left the game due to not really having the best experience, with other pirates chasing you, stealing your loot, making you run to completely other side of the map just to get away from them, and then it turns out you've been playing for a few hours, gathered so much treasure, and it's all been for nothing. This means you can now have that relaxing session without being hassled, which is great because sometimes there are a few toxic players out there which you just can't control. Now, you do get paid less for cashing in, but look at it this way, cashing in something at a lower rate is better than saying goodbye to all your treasure and watching another pirate cash it in, right? With all this being said, should you bother to make a return to Sea of Thieves? And take this from somebody who has taken a long break from the game. You know, just check my recent Sea of Thieves video, it's about a year ago. Would I return playing this game most days, every day? No, I wouldn't, as I feel like there's only still so much you can do in Sea of Thieves before I get bored. However, I still feel that this game can be easily enjoyed once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. And this is for me personally. And for me, I think this is going to be enough. Any more than that, I might start to get burnt out of the game. I'll get bored and I just won't play it again for another year. But I do encourage you to try Sea of Thieves again in 2024 because there has been so much that has changed. You might feel that fresh feeling that I felt when returning because I had to relearn the game in some parts. So, Will you be making a return to Sea of Thieves in 2024? Let me know in the comments below. I'm quite interested to find out, are you going to return? What are you waiting for? Go on, log on to Sea of Thieves and share your experience down below. Don't get too greedy.